then you've got the Israeli army, which I like to refer to as one of the best trained, best equipped, best fed terrorist organizations in the world. And yes, they have generals and they have nice uniforms, but their entire purpose is terrorism. I'll give you one example. Almost exactly 4 years ago, as Israel began its attack on Gaza, September the 27th, 2008, at 11:25 in the morning, what I refer to as the most shameful day in the Jewish history, the most shameful day in the history of the Jewish people. Israel began carpet bombing Gaza, and on the first day of what was to be a 21-day attack, they dropped 100 tons of bombs. A 1-ton bomb will decimate an entire city block. Gaza is one of the most densely populated places in the world. 800,000 children live in Gaza. 11:25 is exactly the time when the morning school shift and the afternoon school shift change. So all the kids are in the streets. All the children are on the streets. That was the moment decided by the decision makers in Israel to begin the attack. This was the first day of a 21-day slaughter that had absolutely no justification.
So a couple of facts. I'm American, I'm Jewish, my family lives in Israel. I just lived in Israel for the last 4 months. I got back 2 weeks ago.
You dodged the bullet there.
Literally. So what I think everyone who's never been to Israel and to Palestine don't really understand, you don't really understand until you go to the territories around the West Bank and around Gaza, and you're close up and you see the wall, and when you see the surveillance, and when you see cameras pointed towards the settlers, just a couple, and then you see thousands of cameras pointed towards the West Bank and to Palestinians, and those cameras are pointed into their homes, like not just the streets, not the public areas, straight into their homes, into their backyards, on their rooftops. I mean, until you see it, and you see that there are, on the checkpoints, there are autonomous weapons loaded and ready to shoot someone based on video footage, and that those autonomous weapons are pointed on one side. Like, I don't think people understand what occupation means. And I don't understand because I haven't lived it. I have only looked at it from a distance. But what I can imagine is if you're a child and you're growing up knowing that the country that you live in hates you and that they are willing to kill you, having never met you in their life based on just a video image, that the facial recognition and the surveillance and the high degree of technology and spyware that they have guarantees that they could pick off Hamas members one by one without ever blanket bombing Palestine. There's no way that this level of intelligence that Israel has doesn't dictate that what they're doing is a massacre and it's genocide. And that the occupation is inhumane, and that it's not based in religion, it's not based in who was there first, and it's not based in a tit for tat. It's white supremacy, and it's dictatorship, and it's power and control and humiliation of a people who have nothing to do with the hostages taken and the people who were brutally murdered. Because yes, that is horrible. Those are my friends. Like, those are people I know. Like, I still have a family member who's missing, and we're giving DNA trying to figure out where they are. We don't know if they're dead or alive. But then also I have Palestinian friends who don't have water, who have for years and years now lost loved ones and children and have given birth at checkpoints, and who have been humiliated and dehumanized under an occupation and an apartheid, that if you are a child who grows up in that,
حابة تصير؟
لما أكبر إحنا بفلسطين منكبرش. إحنا في أي لحظة ممكن ننطح، ممكن نموت وإحنا ماشيين نلاقي حالنا مطفوفين. هيك إحنا حياة فلسطين.